Bye.
Hello and welcome to the final episode of our podcast, Perform Beyond, with me, Louise Brogan, and the wonderful team at VPS. We have had a lot of really great discussions across the series, and talking all about how companies and why companies should outsource their learning and development to a company like VPS. Before we get into today's discussion, I just would like to take a moment and this wonderful team can introduce themselves to you. So guys, if you want to introduce your name and what your role is within VPS, that would be super. And I think Pontus, will start with you because you're right beside me on screen here.
Absolutely. So my name is Pontus Nygren. I am the service center manager here in Barcelona.
Lovely. And Colin?
Hi, let me first of all say, Louise, your word wonderful was used twice, and I can't disagree at all. What a wonderful team. I'm Colin Lauder. I'm the operations manager for VPS, and currently I'm managing an outsourced contract in the financial services sector in Dublin.
Excellent. And yourself, Priyesh?
Hi, everyone. I'm Priyesh, head of our shared service center in Barcelona, and I also look after data analytics for our customers.
And Maureen, we did comment in episode 7 that it was the only episode that you did not appear in. So I'm very delighted that you've come back to join us for the final episode.
I missed it, Louise. I have to say, I genuinely missed nothing there. I'm Maureen Owens, and I'm the learning manager, working very closely with Colin and the two guys with one of our financial services clients. Okay,
super. So if you imagine that I am a potential client and I've tuned into this podcast, I'd love to be a fly on the wall, hearing you discuss why would somebody outsource to a company like VPS? I'm not here, I'm a fly on the wall.
Well, let me kick off the conversation, and I'm sure the guys will jump in, Louise. And, if I talk specifically about the outsource program that I'm responsible for at the moment in financial services, I guess for us, outsourcing can help businesses focus on their core competencies and leave non-essential tasks, to be handled by outside experts such as VPS. And, outsourcing can be important for business because it can help reduce costs, increase efficiencies, and provide access to expertise, skills, and a different set of resources. And I suppose for us, as a business, we look at probably 3 areas, which is cost savings, increasing efficiencies, and access to expertise. I suppose on the cost savings side, outsourcing is a straightforward way to take advantage of economies of scale, for example, and you can quickly access high-level quality of people while paying less. And that leads nicely into increased efficiencies, where outsourcing firms can specialize in specific services, which can lead to things like increased or improved turnaround times and improved service. It can also free up in-house staff to focus on core business activities. I suppose the last area at a high level is access to expertise, and outsourcing can provide businesses with access to outside expertise, skills, and resources. For example, our contract in financial services, our outsourced L&D service provision includes access to training delivery experts at the point of need, experts in content development, learning and development technology. And we talked about in the previous cast around our service team in Barcelona, who have years of learning and administration experience. So they're the experts in learning administration. That includes scheduling, event management, enrollment, and learning management system management. So for me, those are the 3 sort of key areas: cost saving, increased efficiency, and access to expertise, that I think are the main areas why organizations should consider outsourcing as a service. Guys, anything to add to that or disagree with?
No, I absolutely agree with you, Colin. I think one of the things we do get asked a lot is, I have an LMS, I don't know how to use it in the best way, and we have certified experts, whether that's in Cornerstone, SumTotal, Totara, who can actually configure the system with their expertise and have seen other clients' LMSs, so have understanding of best practices, etc. So with that sort of skill set, we can get the customers to get the most out of their LMSs, whether that's from a training administration and user perspective, or even from a data perspective. If we want to achieve these sorts of reports out the system, well, how do I need to set it up and configure it so I get that data out the other end? And I think that's the kind of expertise that we bring to our clients.
I suppose that's a key area. Sorry, I just wanted to say just a key area that you touched on there, Priyesh, was technology, and of course it can be pretty difficult and expensive for organizations to keep up with the latest technology, regarding in-house services. But when you outsource, you can take advantage of the latest technology without making a significant investment yourself. So, technology and access to latest technology, as well as skills, of course, is pretty important in the outsourced world as well.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to comment there on this best practice example that Priyesh and both Colin already touched on. One specific example is when we work either with a new customer or with an existing customer. This, in my case, almost 20 years of experience here in the center. The amount of knowledge and best practice and example that we can pull out of the hat when we are in discussions with them is very, very useful and beneficial to the customers. So I've seen this on numerous occasions, and it's really it's in a good position. So
yeah, I would say, just Pontus, you mentioned there about 20 years that you have in the service centre. If we think about the team that we have here in Dublin, the local delivery team, there's about 120 years of service or experience within financial services. If we were to add everybody up, that's something you can't buy. You can't buy that. You can't get that experience. You might get somebody in with 1 or 2 years experience, but you haven't got people who have had, I said, about 120 years. I'm trying to be kind to everybody by saying 120 years, but that's kind of the number of years if we were to add them all up. You can't buy that. That's where you bring your real life stories, your real life examples, your experience to the table. Now, we're mentioning financial services, but we deal with other sectors. The motor industry, we've bucket loads of years. I'd hate to even count how many years we actually have in the automotive industry, but that's what you can't buy. And that's part of what you can see as a tangible asset when you're bringing it to the table. And that really comes through, particularly with our training delivery team based in Dublin, where they will bring their knowledge to the table, and you can see that. But along with that knowledge comes trust. So the client trusts us because they know we understand their business. We walk the walk, we walked in their shoes. And again, you can't buy that. That's just invaluable to me.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Maureen, about our proven expertise. We have a long track record across multiple industries where, as you say, you can't buy that expertise. You can't buy that skill base anywhere. And that's why our clients trust us to deliver for them, to find those efficiencies, kind of to build, solid programs and processes and do the job that they're asking us to do. So, outsourcing, from a best practice point of view, not just us saying it, our clients are saying it as well, Louise.
Yeah, and I think as well, what I've learned over this series of podcasts as well is it's not just that you have the expertise, you also, with Priyesh and his team, you have the data to back it up as well. So you're not coming in and saying, well, we think this idea might work. You're saying, here's a report to show when we did this with this other client, this is what happened. I think that's a really powerful medium that you have in your business as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think as well, it's not just our clients are able to tell us that as well. We have multiple award-winning programs and parts of our services over the last number of years, global award-winning programs, which we're very proud of, obviously, and the services that we provide have been well recognized by awarding bodies as well as our clients. So we can back it up, not just with client feedback and customer satisfaction and ratings and KPIs and all the good stuff, but outside external bodies being able to recognize the job that we do for our clients with awards.
Yeah, we mentioned some of the awarding bodies, the Stevie Awards, the Brandon Hall, the HR Champion Awards, the Leadership Awards. Great to see that we support our clients doing that. So it's not just, the client doing it, we're supporting the client to get there. And our clients love it. Who doesn't love winning an award? Everybody does. And it's a great success to actually see that, to promote that on your page, promote that on your website. We have won X award, and that's just fantastic. It's fantastic.
Maureen, just to clarify that for someone who's listening, it's not that VPS is winning the award, it's that the work that you're doing with your client is entered into these awards, and they're the ones winning the awards. Yeah.
We enter on their behalf, but it's their name and in conjunction with us. But it's, it's their piece of work, but it's with our support that they actually win the awards. And it's fantastic to see. I know, Colin, when we get the information, we were shortlisted recently for an award ceremony that's due in October with our current financial services client. And the excitement of that, it's like, oh, we've been shortlisted. Oh, that's fantastic. And then it's like the award ceremony will happen in October, and it's fingers and toes crossed.
And the PR around that as well for those clients is fantastic. Yeah. Brilliant.
It's great recognition for the work that people do. And again, it's just tap in the back, job well done.
What about the efficiencies that, it's not just cost efficiencies for people outsourcing to a company like VPS. There's also time efficiencies. What kind of efficiencies should a client expect if they were to work with you guys?
Well, from the center, we're always looking at tools and processes to increase efficiencies from a cost and from a end user perspective, or even from an administration perspective. I mean, we've been there 20 years. Obviously, the tools that were there 20 years ago have totally evolved going forward now, and we're always looking at tools that we can use. So from a workflow management to how we communicate to the customers and our clients. And, at the moment, we've just launched our first conversational AI chatbot. So from the sense that you can now talk to our chatbot 24 hours a day, and it's able to answer those, standard sort of questions of how do I do this? Where do I go and find this information? Which then obviously frees up the agents to actually do the back office work. So that also is a form of efficiency that we actually dedicating the people to do the work, where the chatbot is dealing with a lot of the administrative queries that we get from the agents, and they're available 24/7. So instead of one person answering one question, the chatbot can answer 10 people's questions at the same time. So
brilliant
efficiency and that sort of thing to our clients.
I mean, where are we going to be this time next year, Priyesh?
Yeah, exactly.
Another reason why to outsource, because actually then you don't need to think about it because VPS has your back. And just thinking about, it's been really, I've really enjoyed the whole, all of this, the podcast series, learning more about how VPS works as an organization, how people can work with you. But let's pretend I am the procurement manager in a large corporation. Convince me why I should be picking up the phone and speaking to somebody like the lovely Steve at VPS to talk about outsourcing. Aside from his musical skills.
Well, you mean alleged musical skills? Sorry, Maureen, go on ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Ladies.
Trust. That's one of the main reasons you should reach out to us. Trust in the experts. Trust in the people who have the information, who have the knowledge, who have the background, who have the history, who have the stories to tell, to say, we have done this for another client. We can give you examples of that. But as part of that trust, you will also build that relationship. And that's one thing, regardless of what part of the industry you're actually in, or no matter what part of VPS you work in, we all really strive to get that relationship. And it's really important that we keep that relationship going. Relationship and trust go hand in hand. It does take a bit of time, but once you build that relationship, you can genuinely trust us to deliver on your ask and to help you as a business be successful.
Nice, yeah. Colin, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I guess you kind of stole my thunder there, Maureen. I was going to talk about, there's undoubtedly we have a proven track record in the field of learning and development, and certainly within outsourcing. A long track record. I mean, VPS has been around 90 years, long time. And I think, as I mentioned on one of the podcasts previously, last year we kind of were engaging with over a million learners. And for me, it's about the people. It's about the people in our organization who are so dedicated and passionate about making a difference to clients, both at an individual level and an organizational level, making a difference. It's about value add for our business. Where can we help support and guide a client to add significant value to their business? And that could be at an individual level in terms of learning pathways, career pathways, or it could be around what we just talked about outsourcing. And we talk about efficiencies, whether they be cost efficiencies or time efficiencies. I said earlier, it's not just us saying this. Our clients will tell you this as well. They will tell you, the success that we've had in collaboration with them. And it's the partnership approach that works. We do not work in isolation. This is about full-on collaboration with our clients from start to finish. And again, it's about a partnership approach.
And I think,
experience and knowledge, isn't it? We've been, like you say, Colin, we've been around for a very long time, and we've talked about administration and that sort of activity, but we do the whole suite of services, whether that's from, consulting you right at the beginning of what you need, designing content, developing content, and then also the technology and help desk activity and reporting at the end, which then would feed back into the cycle. So it's the whole suite of services that we could offer.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest green flags for me is the fact that Pontus has been working in the Barcelona Centre for 19 years. Shows that not only is this a great company to work with, it's a great company to work for as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be the youngest in the team.
You're the baby.
That's in terms of service years, Louise. But even I can add to that and say in the period of time that I've been with the business, nothing near Pontus's 19 years. I couldn't make that claim, but certainly the connection in the team and the connection then with our clients is second to none, and it's fabulous. And our values come into play every day in terms of what we do with each other and with our clients, and that's pretty important for us. Pretty important for us as a business.
Brilliant. Well, guys, I think it's just the podcast series has been really informative. I strongly suggest that you make sure you listen to all of the episodes and find out all the different roles that people have within the team and all the checks and balances, I guess, to see whether or not this would be something that you'd like to reach out and discuss with us. Anyone got any final words? Have you enjoyed podcasting?
Yeah,
it's been
great, Louise. Thank you for hosting. It's been a great experience, great journey, I think, for us all. If we're all honest, we were probably a bit nervous when we kicked off earlier on in the week, but I think as we've got through it and we're able to at least share our journey, share our experiences, hopefully with the listener, I'd really be keen to do more and to hopefully speak to quite a few new clients over the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please do share it with somebody you think may find it useful and leave us a rating and review. And we'll see you over on the LinkedIn company page. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of the content that we've shared on the podcast. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks, Louise.
Bye.
Bye.